Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're tackling a list of 21 verbs that can really boost your English fluency. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I already know a lot of verbs.
And you probably do. But believe it or not, even familiar verbs can pack a punch when you use them consciously, especially for learners like you who are all about gaining those extra edges in communication.
You're absolutely right. It's like having a secret weapon, right?
Exactly. These verbs are going to help you stand out from the crowd and really make an impact.
So let's dive right in with our first verb, absorb.
Ooh, absorb. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's more than just reading or listening,
Yeah.
right? The source material says she absorbed every word of the lecture.
Yeah, it's like she was totally captivated, soaking up all that knowledge like a sponge. It suggests a deeper level of engagement than just passively listening.
Absolutely. And it brings me to our next verb, alleviate. We all experience stress, but imagine saying alleviate stress instead of just reduce stress.
Yeah.
Sounds more powerful, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests a more proactive approach, like you're really taking charge of the situation.
Exactly. Now, this next verb is a favorite of mine, especially in professional settings. Bolster.
Bolster, another great one.
It's like giving your ideas or arguments extra muscle.
Yeah.
The source material uses it in the sentence. Her confidence was bolstered by the positive feedback.
I like that. It implies strengthening and supporting something, making it more resilient. And you know what? In a professional setting, using bolster can make you sound super confident.
Oh, I totally agree. It shows you're not just talking, you're taking action. And speaking of action, let's move on to diminish.
Okay, diminish. Let's see.
Our example here is the noise diminished as we moved further away. It's not just about something getting smaller, right? It's about that gradual decrease.
Right, it's like a fading sunset. The light doesn't disappear, suddenly it slowly diminishes. Very elegant.
Very elegant. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about embellish. I love this one because it's all about making a good story even better. Adding those little details that make it come alive.
Embellish is like adding those perfect finishing touches to a painting.
Yeah, exactly. Our source material says she embellished the story to make it more interesting.
And you know what? It works, because embellishing makes things more captivating and memorable.
Absolutely. And speaking of memorable, let's talk about evoke. This one's all about bringing back those powerful emotions associated with a memory.
It's not just remembering something right, it's feeling it all over again.
Exactly. Like in this example, the music evoked a sense of nostalgia. You're not just remembering the music, you're transported back to that time and place.
I love that. It's about creating an emotional connection through language. Really powerful stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, next up is foster, a verb all about nurturing growth. Think of it like creating the right environment for something to flourish.
Like a gardener tending to their plants. They provide the right conditions for growth and watch them thrive. That's foster in a nutshell.
The source material says the teacher fostered creativity in her students. And that's what good teachers do, right?
Exactly. They inspire and nurture their students' potential.
Okay, now let's talk about harness, which is all about taking something powerful and putting it to work.
Harness is all about control and direction. It's not just about using something, it's about utilizing it effectively.
Like in this example, they harnessed the power of technology to solve the problem.
Exactly. They took something powerful and channeled it towards a specific purpose. And you know what? That's a skill that's super valuable in any field.
Oh, absolutely. All right, time to shed some light with our next verb, illuminate. And I'm not just talking about turning on a lamp here.
Right. Illuminate is about making something clear and understandable, like shining a spotlight on a complex topic.
The source material says, the guide illuminated the history behind the monument.
Exactly. They brought the past to life, made it relatable and engaging for the visitors. That's the power of illuminating something.
I love that. And speaking of being engaging, let's talk about improvise, being adaptable and thinking on your feet. It's a skill that can really come in handy.
For sure. Improvise is all about embracing the unexpected and making it work to your advantage.
The source material gives us this example. She improvised her speech and still nailed it.
That's awesome. It shows that you can be successful even when things don't go according to plan. You just have to be quick on your feet.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move on to infuse, which I think of as adding that special something to make things extra special.
Infuse is about deeply integrating a quality or emotion into something, making it an inseparable part of its essence.
Right, like the source material says, her writing is infused with passion. It's not just about the words on the page, it's about the emotion and energy behind them.
Exactly. It's about creating something that truly resonates with the reader.
All right, the time to tackle a problem with mitigate. It's not about eliminating the problem entirely, but minimizing its impact.
Right. Mitigate is about taking steps to lessen the negative consequences. It shows you're being proactive and taking control of this situation.
Exactly. Our example here is steps were taken to mitigate the risks.
Perfect example. They didn't try to eliminate risk altogether, which is often impossible, but they took steps to manage it effectively.
All right, let's talk about navigate, which is all about finding our way through a challenge. It's about using your skills and knowledge to maneuver through difficult situations.
Navigate is a powerful verb because it implies a journey, a process of overcoming obstacles to reach your destination.
I like that. It's about being resourceful and adaptable, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's a skill that's essential for success in all aspects of life.
The source material puts it this way. She navigated the challenges with grace.
I love that. It suggests a sense of composure and resilience, even in the face of adversity.
Okay, time for another powerful verb, overcome. This one's all about facing your fears and emerging stronger on the other side.
It's about acknowledging the challenge, confronting it head-on, and ultimately triumphing.
And the example here is he overcame his fear of public speaking.
Classic example. It's a testament to our inner strength and determination, and it's something we can all relate to on some level.
Absolutely. Now get ready for a surge of energy with propel. This one's about driving something forward with force and momentum.
Propel suggests a powerful force that sets things in motion and keeps them moving towards a goal.
I love that imagery. It's like launching a rocket into space.
Exactly. And he can apply to so many different things, like a career, a project, or even a personal transformation.
Our source material says her dedication propelled her to success.
Another great example. It highlights the importance of passion and hard work in achieving your goals.
Okay, time for a little self-care with rejuvenate. This one's all about feeling refreshed and revitalized, like you've just hit the reset button.
Rejuvenate, such a great verb. It makes me think of a relaxing vacation, spending time in nature, or simply getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah, anything that helps you recharge and feel your best. The source material says, the vacation rejuvenated her spirit.
Exactly. It's about restoring your energy and enthusiasm for life.
Absolutely. All right, now let's focus on improving our skills with refine. It's about those small but impactful improvements that make all the difference.
Refine is all about precision and attention to detail.
The example here is, he refined his technique to achieve perfection.
That's dedication. It shows a commitment to excellence and a desire to constantly improve.
And those are qualities that are highly valued in any field. Let's spark some inspiration with stimulate. It's about engaging our minds and igniting our curiosity.
Stimulate is about sparking something new, whether it's an idea, a conversation, or a creative endeavor.
The source material says, the book stimulated lively discussions.
I love that. It shows the power of ideas to connect people and spark meaningful conversations.
Okay, time to think big with transcend. This one's about exceeding expectations and reaching new heights.
Transcend implies going beyond the ordinary, rising above limitations, and achieving something extraordinary.
It's about pushing past boundaries and reaching a higher level of understanding, experience, or achievement. Our source material says, her talent transcends all expectations.
Another powerful example. It shows that we're all capable of achieving great things when we set our minds to it.
Absolutely. Okay, get ready for a major change because our next verb is transform. It's about profound change and metamorphosis.
It's not just about making a change, right? It's about a fundamental shift in perspective, identity, or even physical form.
The source material gives us this example. The experience transformed her outlook on life.
That's transformation in its truest sense. It's about experiencing something that fundamentally changes who you are.
All right, our final verb for this part of our deep dive is all about resilience. And that verb is withstand.
Withstand implies strength and durability, the ability to endure challenges without crumbling. It's an essential quality for anyone who wants to succeed in life.
Absolutely. The source material says the building was designed to withstand earthquakes.
That's a great example. It shows that withstand isn't just about physical strength. It's about mental and emotional resilience as well.
I love that. So there you have it. 21 verbs that can truly elevate your English. But hold on, we're just getting started.
That's right. In part 2, we'll delve into the nuances of these verbs, comparing them to their synonyms and uncovering those subtle shades of meaning. Get ready to take your vocabulary to the next level.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm excited to dive even deeper into these amazing verbs. It's like we're unlocking a whole new level of fluency.
Absolutely. And you know what's really cool? Exploring how these verbs relate to their synonyms. It can make all the difference in your communication.
Yeah, like how do you choose the perfect verb for the situation, right?
Exactly. So let's start with withstand. We talked about its strength and resilience.
Yeah, like a mighty oak tree weathering a storm.
But what about resist? How is that different?
Resist feels more active, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're pushing back against something directly.
I see what you mean. Like actively fighting against temptation or pressure.
Exactly. While withstand is more about enduring over time.
Right. So resist is that direct confrontation, and withstand is more about holding strong despite the challenges.
I like that distinction.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rewind a bit and revisit transform. It's such a dramatic verb, implying a total change. But what if the change is more gradual?
Then we might consider evolve.
Evolve, like a Pokemon, right?
Exactly. Think about how technology has evolved over the years. It's been a steady progression.
Right. Transform is more sudden and drastic, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly.
Precisely. But evolve suggests a more natural, continuous development.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how about transcend? It always gives me this feeling of soaring above limitations.
Transcend does have that ethereal quality, doesn't it? It's about exceeding those ordinary boundaries.
Reaching a higher level, like an artist whose work moves you deeply.
Exactly. Like their talent goes beyond just skill. It becomes something truly special.
Okay, let's switch gears to stimulate. We talked about sparking interest, right? But what other verbs capture that energy?
Well, inspire comes to mind. It's all about motivation and encouraging action.
Oh, inspire, like a mentor who helps you reach your full potential.
Exactly. And then there's provoke, which is more about challenging someone's thinking.
Ooh, provoke. That's a good one. It could definitely lead to some interesting discussions.
And of course, we can't forget engage, which is all about active participation and interest.
So inspire is uplifting, provoke is more confrontational, and engage is collaborative. It's fascinating how each synonym brings a different shade of meaning, right?
Absolutely. Now, how about refine? We talked about making those small but crucial improvements.
Yeah, it's all about precision and attention to detail. What other verbs come to mind?
Well, we could say polish, especially for making something more presentable.
Like polishing a presentation or a piece of writing to make it really shine.
Exactly. And then there's hone, which implies sharpening a skill.
Hone, like honing your public speaking abilities to become a master communicator.
Precisely. Now let's move on to rejuvenate. Remember that refreshing feeling we talked about?
Like a spa day for your soul.
Exactly. What other verbs capture that sense of renewal?
Well, there's revitalize. It's about bringing something back to life.
Like revitalizing a tired old neighborhood with new energy.
Exactly. Or how about refresh? It's a bit more superficial, like taking a quick break.
Right, refresh is more about a temporary boost.
And then there's restore, which implies bringing something back to its original state.
Like restoring a classic car to its former glory.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, how about propel? That feeling of driving something forward with force.
Well, we could use launch, particularly when talking about starting something new and exciting.
Launch, like launching a new product or project.
Exactly. And for even more dramatic propulsion, we could say catapult.
Ooh, catapult. That's a powerful image.
Right. It suggests something being launched with incredible force.
Okay, back to overcome. That feeling of triumphing over adversity. What other verbs fit here?
Well, there's conquer, which implies a decisive victory over something challenging.
Conquer, like conquering your fears.
Yes. And surmount suggests overcoming something with great effort and skill.
Surmount, like climbing a mountain.
Exactly. It emphasizes the challenges along the way. Now, what about navigate? That idea of skillfully maneuvering through difficult situations.
Yeah, it's about finding your path, even when things get tough.
Well, steer comes to mind. It suggests guiding something carefully and deliberately.
Steer, like steering a ship through rough waters.
Precisely. And maneuver implies navigating a complex or delicate situation with skill.
Maneuver, like maneuvering through a crowded room.
Exactly. These verbs paint such vivid pictures in our minds.
Okay, let's talk about mitigate again.
Yeah.
It's all about taking action to reduce the severity of something, right?
Precisely. Like taking steps to mitigate the risks of an investment.
Or mitigating the damage after an accident.
Exactly. And we can't forget alleviate, which is all about reducing pain or suffering.
Alleviate, like alleviating a headache or alleviating someone's stress.
Exactly. Both mitigate and alleviate are about taking positive action to improve a situation.
Okay, moving on to infuse. We talked about adding qualities or emotions to something, making it richer.
Right, like infusing a dish with delicious flavors.
What other verbs could we use here?
Well, imbue is a great one. It suggests saturating something with a particular feeling.
Imbue, like imbuing a speech with passion and conviction.
Exactly. And then there's instill, which is about gradually introducing something into someone's mind or character.
Instill, like instilling good values in children.
Exactly. Now, how about we get creative with improvise, thinking on your feet and coming up with solutions in the moment.
Yeah, like that time I forgot my notes for a presentation and had to wing it.
Uh-huh. That's the spirit. And ad lib is another great synonym for improvise.
Ad lib. I usually hear that used in the context of acting.
It is common in performing arts, but it can apply to any situation where you have to think on your feet.
So whether you're ad-libbing, winging it, or simply thinking on your feet, it's all about embracing spontaneity.
Exactly. Okay, let's shine a light on illuminate again. Remember, it's about making something clear and understandable.
Yeah, like illuminating a dark room with a bright lamp.
What other verbs can we use to capture that?
Well, clarify comes to mind. It's about removing any confusion.
Clarify, like clarifying a misunderstanding.
Right. And then there's explain, which involves providing a detailed account to help someone understand.
Exactly. And for a truly comprehensive explanation, we could use elucidate.
Elucidate. That's a great one for complex topics.
Absolutely. Now, how about harness? It's all about taking control of something powerful.
Yeah, like harnessing the energy of the sun.
Exactly. We can also use leverage, which suggests using something to your advantage.
Leverage, like leveraging your skills to get a promotion.
Precisely. Finally, let's revisit foster. It's about nurturing growth and creating a supportive environment.
Like fostering a sense of community.
Exactly. What other verbs fit here?
Well, cultivate comes to mind. It suggests careful and attentive nurturing.
Cultivate, like cultivating a beautiful garden.
Right. And then there's nurture, which is about providing care and support.
Like nurturing a child's talents and interests.
Exactly. And promote suggests encouraging the growth or development of something.
Promote, like promoting healthy habits or promoting education.
Wow. We've covered so much ground. It's amazing how many ways there are to express even simple ideas.
And that's the beauty of language. It's full of nuances and possibilities.
Welcome back, everyone. We've explored the meanings and nuances of these incredible verbs.
Now it's time to see them in action.
Right. Let's bring those verbs to life and see how they can really elevate your communication.
Absolutely. It's all about putting this knowledge into practice.
So imagine you're writing a cover letter for your dream job.
Okay, cover letter, got it.
Instead of saying, I want to improve my skills, you could try something like, I'm eager to further refine my expertise.
Ooh, that's so much better.
Right. Refine sounds more focused, more deliberate.
It shows you're already skilled and committed to continuous improvement.
Exactly. Now, let's say you're giving a presentation.
Yeah.
And you want to make a strong statement.
Okay, presentation, high stakes.
You could say, this new strategy will stimulate growth, which is fine.
It's all right, yeah.
But what if you said, this strategy will propel us to new heights of success?
Now that's powerful.
Right. Propel just adds that extra oomph, that sense of energy and momentum.
It's like we're not just talking about growth, we're talking about a major leap forward.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something a little more personal, like describing your passion for something you love.
Okay, passion project.
Let's say you love to cook.
I do.
Instead of just saying, I like to cook, you could say, I love to infuse my dishes with exotic flavors.
Oh, that sounds so much more interesting.
Right. It's like you're not just cooking, you're creating an experience.
Exactly. You're bringing your unique personality and creativity to the table.
Okay, now let's put you in the hot seat. Imagine you're dealing with a conflict at work. How could you use mitigate to suggest a solution?
Conflict resolution, tricky stuff. Well, I might say something like, we need to find ways to mitigate tensions between the two departments.
Go start.
And, foster a more collaborative environment.
That's perfect. It shows you're not just ignoring the problem, you're actively looking for solutions.
Right. And by using foster, you're emphasizing the positive outcome you're hoping to achieve.
Exactly. This deep dive has really made me realize that even small changes in word choice can make a big difference.
I agree. It's all about those subtle nuances.
To our amazing listeners out there.
We see you.
remember that you have the power to transform your communication.
You really do.
Whether you're writing, presenting, or just chatting with friends.
Choose your verbs wisely and watch the magic happen.
Exactly. So tell us, out of these 21 powerful verbs, which one surprised you the most?
Yeah. Which one are you going to try using today?
We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy wordsmithing.